No, no,
Why
no.
are you leaning
That's
like
someone's
that against
house.
the bar?
This is what Tommy T was doing. I'm trying to
Ye-
reenact it. Right, so yesterday, we were doing a hide and seek at the start of Storm. Then Patar and Els, they dipped off. We were in Humane Labs. They left. Those two left. For probably about an hour. Then
Hmm?
we all go back to what's it called? Back to the block. Um, 1 second. And then Tommy T tweets Mandem assemble at my spot. He then calls Sparky and says that his spot is the observatory. We go to the observatory. There's signs pointing to telling us to go up here. Where Tommy T was standing just like I'm standing right now. We all come up to him and we have a meeting. First thing he says is that apparently a lot of people have been throwing Patar under the bus and no one really thought he was a good leader. He said, "You guys all agree on that, right?" And I was like, "I haven't even been there." So he was like, "What did you think?" And I must have got about half a word out before he said, "Right, sounds good." So I thought his mind was very much made up. I don't think I could have really changed his mind. You know what I mean? But he then proceeds to say that the gang is becoming very complacent, or not becoming, but has become very complacent. We're lazy. We're not getting shit done. That type of stuff. And then he drops the bombshell. He said, "The cause of these problems is not us as much as it's the people at the top." So we then said, "From now on, Patar and Els have no position of power in the gang. They're just normal members."
God.
He then said that obviously he's not appointing a new 2IC, 3IC, but
He's
it's
done well,
open
to be
season
fair.
pretty much. Just whoever steps up and proves himself, they'll get their job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Did you get anything on your phone, Denzel?
I understand what you're telling me, right? And I get that you've just told me what happened last night, but where's this come from?
Right. I'll try and give you as much as I know. I'll be honest. Um, I don't even know everything. I'm gonna be
Because
honest. People were
I didn't
literally
know that.
gatekeeping information. I was trying to ask people all day, and they were just gatekeeping information from me. So I don't know 100% of the stuff.
Well,
But
yeah,
from
because
what I
nobody said a
can,
word to me. I didn't even know Patar was in. I didn't even know he was like. But people thought he was a bad leader, like to the point where he's going to be like kicked.
so he's not kicked from the gang. Just to clarify, he's just
Is he banned
he's
from
like
the
a normal
block?
member. No. He's literally he's like us now. You know what I mean? Same level as us. But pretty much the reasons were I think there was a big meeting in the in like the tunnel station. Um, and T asked Patar like who disrespects him, and obviously he said Matt. And then after that he goes J and SK, and apparently his reasons for J and SK was fucking shambolic. So that's one of the reasons that he's gone. You know what I mean? And also just like complacency and stuff like that. I don't know.
But
That seems the general consensus.
there's no way he's been demoted because he told T that he felt disrespected.
Oh shit, there was more stuff.
There must be more.
So yeah, you know, yeah, the bench was part of it, obviously, because he lost.
Well, no, that makes sense.
he lost the bench, and also there was something to do with Dean, right? Pretty much, as you know, Dean was in Parsons.
I don't know
right?
anything that happened with the
You
Dean
know that?
shit. I don't like chat. I have no idea. Right, yeah. I saw him at the block
And,
the other day, I'll be honest. For about
And
10
yeah,
seconds.
So apparently there was a whole bunch of the boggle,
What?
where
A bunch of what?
boggle. You not do you not know what that means?
A load of shit, is that what you're trying to say? Is that what that means?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Oh, you mean a debacle?
Um, yeah. And something happened with Dean.
To be fair,
where
he's done well. No, shout out to
apparently
James.
Patar lied to Matt or something, because Matt was saying that Patar lied to him, or Patar's a liar or something. And I'm pretty sure that went into it, because apparently Patar shot Dean yesterday. Oh no, the day before yesterday. And
What did he lie about?
I don't know, something to do with Dean's house or something, or Dean being MDMA or something like that. Something pretty much Patar like didn't fully kick Dean out the gang or something, even though he
Yeah,
told people he did fully kick Dean out the gang, right?
I swear we all knew that he wasn't. He didn't have to like sell his house and stuff.
I mean, apparently not, because a lot of people weren't very happy about it. But then pretty much, Dean must have called either Matt or T. Wait, no, yeah, no. Matt said Dean called T, because he was trying to call all of us, right? He tried to call Ved, but me and Ved were doing weed runs. So and he said not to reply to Dean.
Because I swear
So
everyone
we
was
ignored
upset
him,
that
and then he
Dean
called
got
T,
kicked in the
and
first
T
place.
and Matt spoke to him, and then went and met up with him on Dean's World Pier. There was a whole bunch of shit that went down. He was very angry at Dean, apparently.
Hang on. So what kind of timelines this happened? So when did they meet in Deansville Pier?
This was at the very end of the night. This was at like 1:30 in the
No,
morning.
but you just told me that Patar. So when did Patar shoot Dean?
The day before. Tar shot Dean 2 days ago, right? And then today, no, not today, yesterday. Well, kind of today, because it was like very early this morning. Dean called T, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And they met up on Dean's World Pier. It was T and Matt, right? They have a big meeting. At the end of it, something happened. I don't really know exactly the specifics of the meeting. You'd have to ask Matt.
Taryn, what are you saying, bro?
But it ended up.
No, he's doing a good job. I just Taryn, I don't have a clue, so I'm trying my best, you know, like because nobody's really spoke to me in LP, so I don't really know.
I'm trying to make sure I get it exactly right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could help, mate, but I generally don't really know anything.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure Matt said something like it was kind of dissolved, and it was going to be left that T was going to like blow up the house or something, and then none of us fuck with Dean at all after that. But then as they were walking away, Dean said something. I think T asked for his vest, and Dean said no. So T shot him, and then Matt shot him as well. So they both shot him, but but Dean might be dead.
So this is on a different occasion to Patar shooting him.
Yeah. Patar shot him when he was fine, right?
Right, and then they had a
But
conversation yesterday,
Matt shot him.
and everybody shot him again.
It was Matt and T. They were like, off
Well,
around.
No, I mean, yeah. So, Okay, right. If we see Dean, we got to shoot him.
I don't think so.
Why not? Everyone's shooting Dean.
Yeah, but I don't think we have to shoot him.
If you're telling me I need to shoot Dean, you know, well, yes, that's what T said. We'll shoot Dean.
No, but I don't. That wasn't an order.
You sure? You didn't say like. Oh. Sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, to be honest,
Here's
mate,
what you're
I'm
saying,
pretty
bro.
sure he's dead. So I don't think we'll see
Okay,
him walking
right, okay,
around
that's fine.
much.
No, I was making sure, But let me try and recap, and you can tell me whether I've understood anything wrong. Okay. So.
Yeah.
T came back. He asked Patar what was wrong. He says, J and SK disrespect me.
Yeah.
Then T doesn't think the reasons are valid why he disrespects him.
Yeah, he said they were like pathetic or so. I can't remember the exact word he used, but it was either like shambolic, pathetic, rubbish, something like that. You know, bad.
Okay, and then that happens, and then he kicks him out of the gang. No, demotes him from 2IC
Demotes him and
because he had
Els.
shit reasons.
No,
I'm assuming he
was...
demoted Els because Patar put him in 3IC. I'm assuming like if you're demoting your second in command because he can't lead, I'm assuming that's why you're going to demote the 3IC that was appointed by the person who can't lead.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure in that there wasn't a specific reason said.
It's the same reason with the high command thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably.
So that happened, and then in theory the Dean thing's kind of separate.
Oh yeah, no, the Dean thing
Not really
is
to do with Patar.
I mean, it's kind of to do with Patar, because Patar was the one who like half kicked him from the gang and half didn't kick him from the gang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but nobody wanted him to be kicked from the gang.
That's not true.
I mean, that day when Patar tried to take his vest off him, like half the gang were in disagreement.
Yeah, but I mean, I know like Saint, I don't know, mainly Saint, and a bunch of people, and a lot of people now as well change their mind.
Oh, so people just change. It's fine. It's fine to change your mind.
Yeah,
So...
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people have just changed their mind. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Especially because Tommy T didn't like, you know what I mean? Tommy T wanted him gone, so then a lot of people also want him gone if Tommy T wants him gone. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Right.
I've never seen Matt like he was yesterday, though.
Why? What was he doing?
I mean, he's the one who killed Dean. Like, he was not happy, to say the least.
What do you mean, not happy?
Well, like, he was like fucking, he just killed someone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, his hands were shaking a bit. Obviously, he was very close to Dean before.
Oh.
You might want to get Matt to re-go over the Dean stuff, because I'm gonna be honest. I don't fully know everything about the Dean stuff, because again, I got gate kept a lot of information. I don't really know why.
The thing is, this is no disrespect to you. I feel like you've told me everything that you can, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. You've told me in the bet, like you've done a good job. But I feel like you don't know off the story as well.
Yeah, I don't, because I tried asking people yesterday, and both sides that I asked, both said, "I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to give my side of it."
Because
And
the
you
only
not
thing
know
I've
the other
done,
side.
the only person I've really spoken to over the past few days, like in that kind of setting, was Patar, but it's because he's the only person I've really been around with. But he's not really spoke to me about any of this.
Yeah, so
He was talking to me about a bench, and I just said, you got to take accountability for losing it. At the end of the day, like regardless of any excuse you want to make, he still lost it. And then he said, I know he had a conversation with SK and J, so maybe that's what that was about then. Was that about... I suppose they wanted to call him out on him saying he was disrespectful. Or something.
Hmm. Say that again?
So I know he had,
Hello?
I know
Can you
he,
hear
I
me?
know he had a meeting with SK and J, and then that was kind of
Yeah.
it. Like, it just seemed to, like... I mean, you could feel a bit of, like, tension, you know?
Yeah, that's how I was saying yesterday. There was a bunch, like, it felt very on edge.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty much it was either, but the general consensus from T anyway, in the meeting up here, was either switch up or get the fuck out. You know what I mean? He was saying, obviously, you can try push for 2IC if you want, or if not, you can get your shit together anyway, because otherwise, Chain's gonna be gone, Vest's gonna be gone, you're gonna be gone from the gang, because he doesn't want. Which I don't, to be honest, I don't think you have anything to worry about because you do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not that. I want to get on the same page as everybody else, you know? At the end of the day, it ain't going to work if we don't work together.
Well, obviously, yeah.
It's not about... Like, I can do as much as I want to do, you know? I've always... Everything that I've always done has been, you know, for the Mandem since I've been here, you know? And it doesn't really matter. I mean, Patar's a friend, regardless of whether he's 2IC. I'll always follow leadership. You know, I came from a Southside gang. So, at the end of the day,
Same here.
you know, leadership is leadership to me, and they'll always be respected. But then again, I don't think there's really a single member of the Mandem that I don't respect, and I think you can agree with that. You know, even if I have disagreements with people, it's dealt with. You know, sometimes you got to be, you've got to learn when to, you know, squash your differences, apologize, and move on. But I don't. I'm not really sure how. So how was Patar feeling after all this?
We didn't see him after the meeting. I'll be honest. Sparky spoke to him. Pretty much said, "I respect you still, even if you're not 2IC." And we all plan on doing it, but he sort of disappeared. So
You're planning on doing what?
just going up to him and making sure that he knows that even if he's not 2IC, then still respected in the gang. You know, that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I understand there's a need to let him know he's respected, but I feel like if you've just been like ousted from a second in command position because you feel like people don't respect you, I feel like, you know, you're gonna feel some kind of way if people come up to you and go, "Oh, my condolences, but I still respect you," you know?
I don't know.
The thing is, I think people did respect him,
Yeah,
and
so do
I generally do think people respected him. What I don't think they respected was his decisions as a leader and the way that he led. I think as a person, I don't think there's a single person
Yeah, they
in this.
respected him as a friend.
I just don't. No, I won't even say that, but I just don't think there's a single person, you know, in this gang that disrespected him as a person and as a friend, like you said. But you know, even Matt doesn't, you know, never throughout all the kind of incidents they've had, I felt like Matt disrespected him as a. I don't feel like his issues with him were as a, you know, were as a person. I felt like a lot of the disrespect and the issues were through decisions, you know, and the way that he led, just not kind of I suppose fitting in with other people's like mindsets. The thing is, I mean, this is all resolved anyway. You know, if T's going to be around more, I don't see us having any issues with it, whoever got put into a leadership position. That's the honest truth. And if it is very, very evident, and this is what kind of is kind of shit, because so say it was somebody else that was second in command, right? And T would and it's been a bit shambolic since T's gone. And then, you know, bench goes missing. T comes back, you know. You've done a shit job as a 2IC. I need you to step down, kind of thing. And then you have a meeting and you say to people, if you fuck around, you will lose your vest, you will lose your bench, you will be kicked from the gang, and that comes from T, I'll be honest, you could, you know, you could put anybody in second in command next, and they're already going to have like a different level of respect for the person that's in that position.
Yeah.
But I do think it will be, you know, very interesting to see who kind of, you know, puts themselves forward for that role, pushes for that role. I'll be honest, between me and you, that's not really something that I'm, you know, interested in at all. I think I've done that. I've done the leadership thing. I'll be honest, I did the high command thing as a, you know, because it was Patar that asked, and because I see myself as like a very close friend to Patar. I don't think it was something that, at the end of the day, I want the gang to succeed, and whoever goes into that second in command position, as long as they've got the, you know, the Mandem, the front kind of focuses everything that they do, then I'm, you know, I'll follow blindly regardless. I think that's just something that I tend to do anyway.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind having it, but I don't think I'll get it. But I'm still going to try switch up as much as I can, and just for the better of the gang, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I will be honest. I think, you know, if a lot of people are going to try and switch up and, you know, prove themselves for a position, you know, if it's kind of open season in that regard, then I feel like it's going to be, how do we say, extremely, I think it'll be good, but I think it's going to be extremely competitive, and we're going to see a lot more heads, you know, butting than we did before. And that's why I do, like I say, I did it in BSK, you know. I've been through a very, very similar situation where, you know, a leader left, you know, he was looking for another one to appoint, you know. In that time of my life, I suppose I fancied it a bit more. Still wasn't necessarily like that interested, but it kind of happened, and then, you know, I felt like that chapter was completed, you know, up to the point of where I left BSK. That was kind of, I suppose, the leadership era of, you know, me done with. I'll be honest, if it was somebody else that would have asked me for the high command thing, I probably wouldn't have said yes. Just because it was Patar, you know, and I do have a lot of respect for him as a person. And even I can stand there and say, admittedly, like, was his leadership style the best? Absolutely not. You know? Did it take somebody to be a good follower to be led by Patar? Absolutely. You know?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that were, I say a lot of people, there was a few people that would like oppose his leadership, that would pull him up when they would challenge him. And unfortunately, sometimes the challenges would come through as in the wrong kind of context. I don't think, you know, I think people were trying to do it like for his own good, but I don't think they were taken like that sometimes.
Yeah, I get that.
But then in that kind of same breath, you can kind of say, well, that's Patar's fault for not taking him like that. Then you also have to think, well, you know, him as a person, you know, he's trying to process that as him feeling like he's being attacked in that position. So you got to have sympathy for both sides. I don't know if holding a meeting to ask Patar is respectful.
Yeah.
Oh, there was. I don't know anything. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm just trying to role play with what I know, mate.
I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. I hope people don't shit on each other to make people look bad, so that they can try and get the job instead of other people. You know what I mean?
Do you want me to be honest?
You think it's gonna happen, don't you?
It's one of the main reasons I'm not going to be getting involved in it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Patar told me that like stuff was said about me around T, and nobody even, you know, kind of stepped 1 millimeter out of place to kind of try and put him in the right direction about what had gone on.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be. I'm going to continue doing what I do for the Mandem, regardless of who's leader, regardless of who's anything. It doesn't bother me. I have a lot of respect for everybody in the gang. I would do anything for everybody in the gang, and nobody can say that I wouldn't. You know, I'll be, you know, the best gang member I can be. But in terms of, you know, anything else, I'm happy to follow. I think that's kind of my what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the only way that we're gonna progress the gang is by either by stepping up, but by doing it, you have to step up together. It's not a personal thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what's the what was the consensus with, you know, pushing the gang forward? How are we pushing the gang forward?
To be honest, we didn't really speak about
$1 million
it all
question.
that much.